What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay and welcome man to another video. Man, today y'all, we're gonna be reacting to 3 true creepy roommate horror stories. Now before we get into the video, bro, I want to say we are close to hitting 3k subscribers, bro. When we hit 3k subscribers, that is a 24-hour live stream, bro, and you've seen I haven't streamed in a long time, so you know we're gonna have to do some crazy shit in that stream. I don't know, beat a few games. I do have to do a challenge. I'm gonna do a hot challenge or something. I'm gonna do some type of challenge. Leave in the comments down below what challenges you want me to do in that 24-hour live stream. But yeah, bro, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to drop a like and make sure you guys hit that bell so you know when I post, bro. Hope everyone's doing well, bro. Tomorrow is Halloween, bro, so I want to say if you guys are going trick-or-treating, bro, make sure you guys check your candy and be safe, bro, because I'm telling you right now, it's dangerous out there. You never know, bro. There's a bunch of people that be lurking, bro, looking for people to snatch up. So be safe and make sure you have your hotspot on. I mean, not your hotspot, but you feel me, your track. You know what, let's just get straight into the video, bro. Snacks, Bev, let's go. Story 1.
Moving in with a new roommate was supposed to be a fresh start.
Fresh start, okay.
After a messy breakup and the end of my lease, finding Megan's ad for a room felt like a stroke of luck. The apartment was charming.
Oh, hell no. You got a roommate with your apartment? That's one thing, bro. If I'm gonna be paying some rent or doing a lease for something, and I got a roommate with it, that nigga look like that.
A vintage 2-bedroom and hardwood floors and a small balcony overlooking the city. Megan was quiet and a little weird looking. She had big dark circles and red eyes.
Maybe she needs some dick in her life. You never know.
As I unpacked boxes in my new room, I heard faint scraping noises coming from the walls. It was a rhythmic sound, like nails dragging across plaster.
Hell no. Don't mind the lag. I know the internet acting stupid.
I pressed my ear against the cold surface.
Is someone there?
Silence. At breakfast the next morning, I mentioned it casually.
Hey, do you ever hear weird noises at night? Like scratching?
Megan looked up from her tea, her expression unreadable.
It's an old building. It makes sounds.
Nah,
she sipped
bro.
slowly, her gaze lingering on me just a moment too long.
This is why
Days
when I get like my own crib and shit, bro, I can't do roommates because I want my problems and my messes to be my problems and my messes, not because someone caused it. You feel me?
Settling noises continued. One evening, I noticed tiny holes in the walls of my bedroom, almost imperceptible. They were strategically placed, one facing my bed, another the bathroom. Peering through one, I saw only darkness. I grabbed some tape and paper, covering them up. But the next morning, the coverings were gone. The holes seemed wider. A sense of violation washed over me. I confronted Megan.
Business.
Did you remove the paper I put on my wall?
She glanced at me, eyes reflecting the dim kitchen light.
Bro, I would beat this bitch.
Why would I go into your room? Maybe you imagined putting them up?
That night, sleep eluded me. Every creak of the apartment amplified my paranoia.
Bro, I'll be scared
Around
as fuck.
2 a.m., I heard the scraping again, louder this time, almost agitated. It seemed to move along the wall, stopping right behind my headboard. I whispered into the darkness.
Who are you? What do you want?
A faint giggle echoed in response. The following day, I found my closet door ajar. Clothes I hadn't worn were missing. Hours later, they reappeared, folded neatly on my bed.
Oh, hell no, bro. You got some shit going on.
A mix of damp earth and something sweet, almost rotten. I decided to stay out late, avoiding the apartment. At a coffee shop, I opened my laptop to distract myself, but the webcam light flickered on in the middle. I frowned, clicking to disable it. Moments later, an anonymous message popped up on my screen.
Why don't you want me to see you?
Bro, this bitch is crazy. You got a crazy ass.
Who is this?
No
it's your roommate.
I slammed the laptop shut and headed home. In my room, I locked the door and pushed a chair against it. Exhausted, I collapsed onto the bed, clutching a kitchen knife under my pillow.
Bro, that's
Sometime
crazy.
during the night, I felt a presence. My eyes fluttered open to see Megan standing at the foot of my bed, her silhouette illuminated by the faint glow of the streetlights outside.
Megan? What are you doing?
She tilted her head.
You were screaming. I wanted to make sure you're okay.
How'd you get in my
I hadn't
room?
screamed.
Please, get out.
She lingered for a moment before slipping out of the room. The next morning, I decided I couldn't
Oh God, bro, she doing the right thing. I would have got the fuck out of
any
there.
longer. I began packing, determined to leave by nightfall. As I gathered my things, a small flash drive fell out of one of my boxes. I didn't recognize it. Curiosity overrode caution. Plugging it into the laptop, I opened the only folder on it labeled "For Claire." Dozens of video files appeared, each marked with a date. Clicking on the most recent one, my screen filled with a grainy night vision recording of my bedroom. I watched in horror as footage played of me sleeping, tossing and turning. The timestamp was from the night before. My breath caught as the camera panned, revealing Megan standing in the corner watching me. Her eyes gleamed unnaturally in the infrared light. I clicked on another file. It showed me in the bathroom, undressing for a shower. Tears blurred my vision as I realized the extent of the invasion. A final file sat at the bottom of the list, titled Tonight. With a shaking hand, I opened it. It was a live feed of my room. From the angle, it was clear the camera was inside the wall. Suddenly, the video shook and a message flashed across the screen.
I'm coming.
A loud thud resonated from the hallway.
Bro, she
Panic
got your
surged
whole
through me.
room
I grabbed my phone to call the police, but there was no signal.
Service?
The lights flickered and then went out, plunging the apartment into darkness.
Man, you better beat this bitch ass,
approached.
Bro.
The doorknob rattled.
Claire, let me in.
Her voice was distorted. I backed away, clutching the knife. The door creaked open. It shouldn't have. I'd locked it. She stood there, but something was wrong. Her limbs were too long.
True my ass. Ain't no way you got a demonic bitch in your shit that start hitting one of these moves, bro. No way. You in your apartment and you got a demonic bitch in your shit.
Bending at unnatural angles. Her face was dark, eyes sunken deep.
You shouldn't have tried to leave.
I screamed, darting past her and into the hallway. From behind, I heard the scraping. The same I'd heard in the walls, now amplified, chasing me. Bursting into the living room, I found the front door, but it wouldn't budge. Megan's laughter
right through that window.
Desperate, I smashed a window with a nearby chair and crawled out, cutting myself on shards. I ran into the night, not stopping until I reached a brightly lit gas station. The attendant stared as I stumbled in, disheveled and bleeding. "Miss, are you okay?"
Hell no.
I tried to explain, words tumbling incoherently.
Some big ass nigga that's running around me all deformed and shit.
Arrived swiftly.
You doing all kinds of
I told them
tricks.
everything about Megan, the cameras, the flash drive. An officer frowned. "Ma'am, that building's been abandoned."
Oh my God, I was just about to say some shit. Like, imagine if they go back there and nothing happened. But he's about to say this bitch was abandoned for years. So what?
For years. My blood turned to ice.
No. I
You're
moved in last
dead.
week. Megan is my roommate.
They exchanged glances. "We'll take a look. But the last tenant in that apartment was a woman named Margaret, who died decades ago." They escorted me back. The building stood ahead, windows boarded up, graffiti covering the walls.
Wow.
Inside, dust coated every surface. My belongings were nowhere to be seen.
Wow.
In the apartment where I'd lived, only decay remained. But in the center of the living room sat a single item, a vintage camcorder on a tripod, pointing towards the door. Attached was a note in familiar handwriting.
Thank you for your performance.
Thank you for the performance.
I stared in disbelief. The officers guided me outside as I trembled uncontrollably.
On border zone.
If that was true, nigga, what perks you been taking? What drugs have you been taking? She had to take the shrooms, had a bad trip or something. Let's go ahead and watch the second story, bro. Story number 2, y'all. Let's go.
It's strange how close someone can come to your heart without you ever realizing they're slowly squeezing it, draining life away with every beat. Claudia and I were sisters in every sense of the word, except blood. Ever since I met her 20 years back at a charity event.
Why they grabbing all up on her cheeks like that? Look at the girl in the white. Why they arms down here gripping on both of her cheeks like that?
She'd been there through everything. My marriage, Jake's birth, my divorce. When Mike left, it was Claudia who stood by my side, mopping my tears and helping me piece together my shattered life. Jake loved her too. So, when I had my hip surgery, I didn't think twice about letting her practically move in to help. I trusted her with everything. She cooked, cleaned, and took care of Jake. She was my rock, always smiling that warm, understanding smile. But then the cracks began to show. Tiny things, almost invisible at first. The sickness had started shortly after Jake's 17th birthday. A simple cold at first, nothing to be concerned about. Then it grew and kept growing until the fatigue became unbearable, creeping into my bones. No matter how much I rested, it only deteriorated. I was in and out of the doctor's office, subjecting myself to tests that gave no answers. No matter what I tried, no matter how many pills they shoved down my throat, my body was failing me. It wasn't until later I got to know that it wasn't just my body failing. Claudia began acting strange. She was quieter around Jake, visibly more nervous. At first, I ignored it. What was there to doubt? She was a mother figure for Jake, right? And the stress of caring for me and Jake couldn't have been easy. I asked her about it once. We were sitting in my dimly lit living room, the cold shadows pressing against the walls like silent spectators. Claudia giggled nervously.
Jake ain't our tiny boy anymore, Lila. He's growing up and learning things that he wants to experience.
Claudia,
you fucking that nigga? Oh, she a freaky ass little bitch, bro. She
avoided my eyes, but I had seen it. The wave of disgust had almost knocked me over.
Yeah,
I needed
bro.
to have a chat with Jake. That afternoon,
Claudia
was out shopping when I brought it up with Jake. We were alone, and the house was heavy with the kind of silence that bruises deep into your skin.
Jake?
I started, my voice shaky.
What is Claudia to you?
He looked at me, confused at first, then his nostrils flared. My son was furious at the accusation. He suggested I'd interrogate her friend instead. She had been suggesting me things, Mom. The way he said it, his voice strained, almost panicked, sent a shiver down my spine. I kept quiet because I didn't want to stress you out. I dismissed his claims of innocence, a growing teen fueled by hormones, seeing things that weren't there. Claudia had always treated him like her own son. It had to be him. You don't understand, Mom, he snapped, his face flushed with frustration. I'll prove it to you. I should have listened, but instead I brushed him off.
What?
That night, my malaise worsened. My skin felt cold and clammy. My breath came in shallow gasps. I was trapped in my body, helpless as it collapsed under the weight of an illness I could not understand. I laboriously dragged my sweaty body towards Claudia's room, hoping to get help. Little did I know, I was in for the biggest shock of my life. I overheard Claudia. She was on the phone to someone. Her voice was a low, eerie whisper.
I'm going to take him away forever,
she said. Him? Her words clawed at my mind, sending a wave of nausea through me. Who was she talking to? What did she mean? Before I could confront her, Jake stormed in and dragged me out to the hospital, pale and frantic. In his hands, he held vials, small glass containers, and petri dishes he'd found hidden in Claudia's room earlier. He showed me the labels.
W fucking son in the chat, bro. This is a real son, bro. Like, bro, I'm telling you right now, bro, if you a mother, or if you a father, listen to your child, bro. Listen to your children, because they really be, bro.
Words I didn't understand,
really
but they
some,
reeked
bro.
of a lethal scheme. My mind spun. I didn't want to believe it. Not Claudia, not her. But deep down, I knew. I immediately rang Dr. Maya, an old colleague from my nursing days, begging her to help me. She ran the tests, and when the results came back, they shattered what little remained of my world. The infections weren't natural. They were induced. Someone had been slowly poisoning me, introducing resistant bacteria into my system. That someone was Claudia. The realization hit me like a freight train. The woman I'd trusted with my life, my son's life,
is crazy,
had been killing me, slowly, methodically.
Yeah, that's why you gotta watch out.
All to take Jake
the people
away.
that closest to you.
I couldn't breathe. Dr. Maya called the authorities. Detective O'Hara, an investigator, took over, and soon the FBI got involved. They set a trap. Claudia had been expecting another shipment of the bacteria. This time, they intercepted it. The night they arrested her, I watched from the window as they pulled her away in handcuffs. She fought, screamed, and denied everything, but under the weight of the evidence, she had to crack. Claudia confessed how she believed I wasn't fit to raise Jake and didn't deserve Mike. She thought I was a failure, and everyone involved in my life deserved better.
Removing her was necessary.
She screamed. I shuddered when the police
That's
cars red and blue
crazy,
lights
bro. She was
faded
trying to
into
get
the
rid of
night.
you so she
Claudia
can be
was
the
gone, but her
mother for
shadow
the son,
lingered,
bro.
a stain
For
I'd
your
never
son.
be able to wash away. Claudia was everything Jake and I talked about for days to come. We had survived, but the world felt colder now, darker. There was no more illusions left, just the terrifying truth that the truth might be what the eyes couldn't see, and everything that we see isn't always the truth.
Straight up. Story 3, bro.
Moving into a new apartment in the city was supposed to be a fresh start. After months of searching, I finally found a place that fit my budget and came with a roommate named Rachel.
Bro, why is all these apartments coming in with roommates? Like, I would never buy it. It's cheap. That's what it is. It's the money.
Quiet and
the money.
had her quirks.
I get it.
The first night after unpacking, I took a long shower to wash away the stress. The bathroom was small but clean, with a clawfoot tub and a shower curtain adorned with abstract patterns. I closed the curtain fully before stepping in, enjoying the hot water cascading over me. When I finished, I noticed the curtain was slightly ajar. Shrugging it off, I dried myself and headed to bed. In the morning, as I made my way to the kitchen, I noticed wet footprints leading from the bathroom to Rachel's room. They were small, like mine, but I hadn't been in the bathroom since the night before.
Hey, Rachel. Did you take a shower last night?
She looked up from her cereal, a hint of confusion on her face.
No. I went to bed early. Why?
I hesitated.
No reason. Must have been my imagination.
Over the next few days, the unsettling incidents continued. My toothbrush disappeared from its holder, only to reappear in my room, damp and with a strange metallic taste when I used it. One evening, I returned home to find the shower running. Steam billowed from under the bathroom door. Knocking softly, I called out.
Rachel? You in there?
No response. I opened the door cautiously. The room was empty, the mirror fogged over. Written in the condensation was my name, scrawled repeatedly.
That shit's
my
so
heart
weird,
pounded.
bro.
Rachel, this isn't funny.
She appeared behind me, startling me.
What's wrong?
I pointed to the mirror.
Did you do this?
She glanced at the mirror, her face unreadable.
I don't see anything.
I blinked, and when I looked back, the writing was gone.
What the?
Sleep became difficult. Every creak in the apartment set my nerves on edge.
The first two
One
ones
night,
we
a soft
watched have some
whispering pulled me
weird
from
ass
sleep.
mysteries
I
to it.
strained to listen. Throwing
what
off the
drugs
covers,
the
I
first-
crept toward
bro.
the sound. It led me to the bathroom. The door was slightly open, a sliver of light cutting through the darkness. Peering inside, I saw Rachel standing in front of the mirror, her hands
ass
tracing
4K.
circles on its surface.
Rachel?
She didn't turn.
She doesn't see.
See,
doesn't know.
someone's possessed.
A chill ran down my spine.
Know what?
Her head snapped toward me, eyes wide and lips curled into a grin that didn't reach her eyes.
You're up late.
I backed away.
I would have shut the
Sleep.
door and
She stepped
gone.
closer.
You should rest. Big day tomorrow.
I fled to my room, locking the door behind me. Determined to uncover what was happening, I decided to search Rachel's room while she was out. Her room was sparse, a neatly made bed, a dresser, and an odd number of mirrors lining the walls. But as I opened her closet, my missing items tumbled out. Clothes, towels, even
Multiple
my
mirrors
hairbrush,
for,
all arranged
for teleportation.
meticulously. At the back of the closet, I
That's
found
how-
a notebook
that's how
filled
spirits,
with pages
you know what
upon
I'm saying,
pages
travel.
of handwriting. It was my name, written over and over, interspersed with bizarre sketches of faces, some mine, others distorted versions. A floorboard creaked behind me.
How the
Looking
fuck
for
she get in?
something?
I spun around, the notebook clutched to my chest.
Why do you have my things?
She tilted her head, eyes glinting.
Borrowed them? You have such good taste.
I tried to steady my voice.
This isn't normal. You're invading my privacy.
You a crazy ass bitch.
She took a step forward.
Privacy? We're roommates. We share everything.
I edged toward the door.
I think I need to find a new place.
Her smile faded.
Oh,
You can't leave.
this is
Not
why her
when we're
other
so close.
roommate left.
I didn't wait to hear
It's a
more.
bitch move,
Pushing
right.
past her, I ran to my room to grab my phone. As I dialed 911, the line went dead. No
What?
signal.
How the fuck
Rachel's
does he
voice
do that?
echoed from the hallway.
You won't get away that easily.
Desperate, I tried the front door,
you
but it was
better
bolted
knock
shut.
this
The
bitch
lock
out, bro.
jammed. Panic surged. Rushing back to the bathroom, I thought of escaping through the window. As I entered, something caught my eye. A small red light blinking in the mirror. Leaning in, I realized it wasn't a mirror at all, but a two-way
Bitches
window with a
recording.
camera embedded behind it. A video feed played on Rachel's tablet, propped discreetly on the counter. It was
Damn,
me,
she got
in
that
various
good-
states of undress.
Look, look at this bitch's buns, bro. What the? Bro, who did your booty?
Showering, brushing my teeth,
Ugh.
even
Brother,
sleeping.
ugh.
Horror washed over me.
What have you done?
Rachel stood in the doorway, blocking my exit.
I've been documenting us. Our lives together.
I glared at her. Her features seemed to blur for a moment, shifting subtly to resemble mine.
What are you talking about?
She stepped closer, her voice eerily calm.
I've always admired you, Lisa.
I don't
Your
give a
life,
fuck.
your friends, your smile.
I wanna, to be honest, bro, personally, me, bro, I'm not a person that sits and listens to something I don't really care about. Like, bro, we're just gonna have to start boxing, like.
Want it all.
I realized then that her clothes were mine, fitting her perfectly. Her hair, once brown, now had streaks matching my own blonde highlights.
You're insane!
She lunged
What
at
the
me, and we
fuck?
grappled, knocking over the table. The screen shattered, and a distorted video played, showing her practicing my mannerisms, mimicking my voice. With a surge of adrenaline, I pushed her away and raced toward the kitchen. Grabbing a knife, I faced her.
Ooh,
Stay back!
you about to kill her.
She laughed, a sound devoid of any warmth.
You can't hurt me! We're the same now.
Sirens
You mean
wailed
by
in the
that?
distance. As I would learn later, a neighbor had heard the commotion and called the police.
Man, those some
Rachel's
real-ass
expression
neighbors, 'cause I
twisted
wouldn't-
into rage.
I'd be like, not my
You
problem.
ruined everything!
She charged at me, but before she could reach me, the door burst open. An officer stormed in.
And shot
"Drop the
you
weapon!"
instead.
I realized they were shouting at me. I dropped the knife, hands raised.
Help me! She's trying to steal my identity!
They glanced at Rachel, who
Nah, this is fucked up.
now stood cowering, tears streaming down her face.
This is fucked up.
I don't know what's happening! She just attacked me!
Confusion flooded me.
No, she's lying! She's been spying on me!
An officer gently restrained me.
No! Ask her what happened in Geneva. And then call my mom to confirm.
Her smile faded. She made up a story about how a burglar had stolen her purse. But then the cops dialed my mother, who confirmed with the fact that I have never been to Geneva. She was arrested. I had to present my
Let's
passport as
go.
the truth that I had never indeed been there. I don't
Bro,
know
she
why
saved
she did
herself,
that,
bro.
but I convinced myself that she
I don't
must
know
have been a
how
psycho
she did it, but-
to try to become someone else.
That's crazy, bro. Imagine trying to steal someone's identity, bro. That's just beyond me, bro. That's why y'all gotta be close to who y'all hang with. But y'all, if y'all enjoyed this video, bro, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to drop a like, and make sure you guys hit that bell so you know when I post, bro. It's your boy Jay, and I'll see you on the next one, bro. Gang.